extremely disappointed the way we came out and played. Words just can't describe how you feel. At a certain point, when you play, you got to almost want to fight each other after a game like this.
Hi, this is SportsCenter for Wednesday. I'm Rod Smith. 2 years ago, he was the NBA Coach of the Year. Today, after that blowout loss last night, he's an NBA coach out of a job. The Toronto Raptors have fired Sam Mitchell and replaced him on an interim basis with assistant Jay Triano. Expectations were higher for the Raptors this season after their first-round playoff loss last spring. But they've been inconsistent, struggling to an 8-9 start, and then last night in Denver suffered one of the most humiliating losses in franchise history. A short time ago, Mitchell spoke to Michael Landsberg and Off the Record.
It's a disappointment that I wasn't going to get a chance to finish what I started, but you know what? I feel like I accomplished a lot of good things there. I have nothing but respect for the people at Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment. I have a lot to be thankful for. It really gave me an opportunity to have a career in coaching. I look at the development of some of the players that played for me, Jose Calderon, Chris Bosh, and some of the other young players that I had a hand in helping developing. And so there's a lot of good things.
It's safe to say that after the debacle that we all witnessed last night, a 39-point loss, you come to a point where you realize some of the things that you want to see out there are just not taking place. I think what we need to do is move forward with positive thinking about the future, credit Sam, and wish him the best.
Again, I'd like to thank all the fans in Toronto, and they always treated me well and supported me. And, it's a great city, it's a great sports town, and I wish them well.
Sam Mitchell had 156 wins, 189 losses in 5 seasons with the Raptors, franchise leader in coaching victories, also the longest-serving head coach in team history. Now, Brian Colangelo said Jay Triano, not only the interim coach, most likely will be around for the entire season. More on this now from our Raptor analyst, Jack Armstrong. Jack, when I last talked to you, I asked you about Sam Mitchell's job security. You thought that he probably wouldn't get fired anytime soon because of his contract. How surprised are you at this?
I'm a little surprised. I mean, based upon what I saw last night in Denver, I was very discouraged, disheartened based upon how they played. I mean, they didn't play with any energy, and more importantly, they didn't compete hard enough. And I think that was a big concern, and a red flag went up. But when you talk about today's economic times and all those types of things, you have to say, boy, this is a big commitment by MLSE. They have higher expectations for this team.
Well, how much blame should Sam Mitchell take? And I ask this because a lot of the bigger expectations, I thought, were based on the arrival of Jermaine O'Neal, who's been hurting this year.
Well, he has been hurt. And I think some of it always goes on the shoulders of a coach. You got to get guys to carry out things. And quite frankly, this team has not been good enough defensively, and there have been some issues late in games in terms of clock management and strategy. But there are personnel issues as well. This team isn't good enough in terms of the wing positions. There's a backup point guard issue, inconsistency there. And quite frankly, this team is good enough to be a playoff team, but can they go far? There needs to be a lot of internal improvement.
And finally, Jay Triano takes over on an interim basis. We've known him for years in Canada with the national team. What do you expect of him as an NBA head coach?
Well, Jay's been with the Raptors for a long time. Worked for 3 coaches, Lenny Wilkins, Kevin O'Neal, and now Sam Mitchell. He's been a loyal assistant 7th season. He's a capable strategist. He's a good motivator. He communicates well with his players. And most importantly, he's a good man. He'll put in an honest day's work. It's not easy being an interim coach, but the onus right now is on the players. They got to get it done.
All right. Raptor analyst Jack Armstrong. Thanks, Jack.
Thank you, Rod.